Welcome, everyone, to the Sonoma Spiel. My name is Tim with the Sonoma Valley Visitors Bureau. It is summer, officially taping this, the first day of summer. And summer in wine country is gorgeous. It's wonderful. It's beautiful. The days are hot. The nights are kind of cool. And it's a perfect time to come exploring. A lot of people go to the swimming pool. We have Sonoma Splash. We got the Fairmont, the Lodge, MacArthur all have great pools. There's also Morton's Warm Spring Resorts. People go there. Some kids even just jump in the creek over at the park. I wouldn't recommend it because there's poison oak, but kids do it, and they probably still will. But another big part of summer are getting special treats. And a special treat might be a popsicle. It might be a push-up bar. It might be an It's It, which was invented in San Francisco. But if you're in Sonoma proper, the thing you have to do is go where my very special guest is from. So I would like to introduce a very special guest. Now, I know I say every week that I have a very special guest, but this time I do actually mean it. I go there all the time. I get my favorite thing, an affogato. I have Ramie Hencman with Sweet Scoops and Darling Ice Cream Shop. How are you doing, Ramie?
I'm good, Tim. How are you?
I'm doing well. Was that a good introduction? Did I do it all correctly? Yes.
That was wonderful.
Thank you. Darling, an ice cream shop.
Yes, that is correct.
And then Sweet Scoops, homemade ice cream.
Right. We like long names.
It could just be like ice cream. Yeah. Just right here. Ramie, it is the first day of summer when we're recording this, but you guys are open year-round over there usually, right? Mm-hmm. Selling ice cream and stuff like that.
Yes.
Tell me, Ramie, what is Sweet Scoops ice cream? Where is it? What do you guys do there?
Sweet Scoops Homemade Ice Cream is here on Sonoma Plaza. It is on the northeast corner near B&V's and by the historic Mission.
Okay.
We make homemade ice cream. That's what my husband Joe has wanted to do his entire life. He started when he was 15 and has been working ice cream
his whole life.
His whole life.
He's been in the ice cream gig.
He's been an ice cream guy.
For real.
Since he was 15. Yes.
And you guys, so you have that shop.
Correct.
You have another one called Darling, an ice cream shop.
Right.
Which is about 2 blocks away.
Correct. Yes. Yeah.
Because you're kind of expanding slowly.
Yes. Yeah. We wanted to keep, like to get our steps in. But yeah, Darling, an ice cream shop actually started because it was a Baskin & Robbins originally.
Okay.
And they went out of business, and so the space became available. And it's larger than Sweet Scoops on the plaza, and it made more sense to make ice cream there.
Gotcha.
So now that is where the ice cream production
facility actually
is.
Okay.
And so so every day we have ice cream being made in that location.
Okay.
And Joe takes it every morning over to Sweet Scoops. And yeah.
I see him in the truck.
He does.
And he takes it from there and he parks, it's because across the street from our office.
Yeah.
And he's bringing in the barrels, gallons. What are you, gallons?
Well, they're 3-gallon buckets.
3-gallon buckets.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You did not grow up in an ice cream family?
No, I did not. I didn't even really eat ice cream.
You didn't?
Not really.
No?
I'm not a sweets person, which is
the irony.
Funny.
If at all.
But you know what I am?
What?
I love wine. I'm a wine person.
Okay. Okay. So you're in the right spot for that.
Right. Yeah.
Wait, how did a 15-year-old decide to become an ice cream person?
Well, it actually was just his first job. He started as a scooper at actually one of his best friends when he was 15, got a job at this place in Denver, this iconic place called Bonnie Bray Ice Cream. Got a job there, said, Joe, you should come work with me. So Joe did. They scooped ice cream. Joe's a twin, and his twin sister worked there. Okay. And they scooped ice cream for summers until one time when Joe was working when he was 19, somebody cut their hand. One of the ice cream makers, cut their hand.
Oh, God.
And it was a busy summer day.
Right.
And Joe was like, oh, let me try to make the ice cream, as this guy has to, seek medical attention.
And maybe dump that batch of ice cream.
Yes. And so Joe started making ice cream from that moment on.
Okay.
And throughout his life. So, he was 19 at the time, and then he was in college, and then he went and got, a real job, as he likes to say, and he worked full-time doing, more corporate things.
Like desk job.
Like a desk job.
Okay.
And then he always stayed making ice cream part-time. Into our marriage, into us having 2 kids. I had a full-time job as well, and, at one point we had 3 jobs and 2 babies, and I said, this is too hard.
Something's got to give.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it's funny actually. Back when 2 glasses of wine would make me tipsy, I had gone to get a bottle of wine after an especially hard day at work. Because in Colorado, you have to go to a liquor store
to buy wine?
buy wine. Or you did 10 years. I don't know if
You don't have random neighbors that just give you wine?
No. I mean, and I didn't just have wine at my house. Just
That is weird.
Right? So different.
This Colorado place.
I know, it's very funny. And so yeah, I went and got a bottle of wine. Funny enough, I also had no idea how to choose wine.
Right.
So I just saw a bottle that had a pretty label, and they gave money to breast cancer research.
Okay, good.
I was like, I'm going to buy this one. And it was Klein Cellars wine, cashmere was, and we sat down and I was like, do you want to like really start this ice cream thing? And, you know, he was like, we don't want to compete with Bonnie Bray. Like that wouldn't be cool. And I was like, well, have you ever thought of leaving Colorado? Which he lived in Denver his whole life. And he was like, oh, maybe like, you know, the Pacific Northwest. We both really like Oregon and Washington. Okay. So we had no money. So he Googled ice cream shops for sale because I was like, well, maybe if we buy an already existing ice cream shop, it'll come with like the
the clientele will be there too.
Yes. And then he said, he Googled it and said, what's Sonoma? And I was like, oh my, what? Like that's in California, A. B, my mom had moved to San Francisco not long before, and so had my brother.
Okay.
And yeah, that night we called my mom and said, you know, hey, can you go look at this ice cream shop called Grandma Linda's was what it was called, in Sonoma. And I mean, at the time my kids were 3 and 4. And so the idea of having her grandbabies nearby was like,
so she got in the car right away.
She did. You know.
Right now.
She was on it.
10 p.m. I'm going up there.
So 60 days later, we lived here.
Wait a minute. You had never like really been up here. You just knew of the town.
Well, funny enough, I had been here like less than a year prior. I had decided to celebrate my birthday, my 34th birthday, which is random, like big style.
Well, that's what you do.
Right. And so 3 of my best friends and my mom and 3 of her best friends rented a house. I thought I was renting it in Healdsburg.
Right.
But you know how sometimes it just like...
People, when you're visiting, people don't quite get geography. Right.
Well, and in Airbnb, it just shows you all these...
Right.
area or like all around.
Well, and then on a screen, 60 miles looks like that, right? Yeah.
And so lucky us, the house was actually in Glen Ellen.
Oh, wow.
And so we had this amazing girls trip here. Like I said, sweets aren't my thing. So me and my friend Kim had like gone around to bunch of tasting rooms. Right. I have this picture of us at the Steiner's bench. You know, I didn't realize we were sitting in front of the Steiner's.
You didn't walk into Steiner's?
No, we didn't.
Get a hot dog?
I know.
So good. Right. And tater tots. But I know, but very good food. I mean, good bar food. Yes. And the beer's cold.
I mean,
it's a good
there's
spot.
nothing like Steiner's.
So you guys came here. You got this Sonoma experience. Your husband goes, where can I find an ice cream shop for sale? Mm-hmm. And it was in the same town you had just been in a year prior.
Yes.
An hour away from your mom if she lives in the city, which is fantastic. But here, you glossed over something. Were you here during the Great Battle of the Pink Door?
No. So, but that is the business that we bought.
Right. So the Battle of the Pink Door.
Yes.
It was an ice cream shop.
Correct.
And they did a horrible thing that was full, like much pearl clutching occurred. They painted the door pink.
Yeah.
This is before next door, by the way. So like this was like actually word of mouth. Like people would be like,
and in the newspaper.
Je suis choqué. The door is pink. And was it? Did they have that as a condition of the sale that you could not have the pink door?
No. What's funny though is we're doing all this, you know, like from afar.
Right.
Never bought a business before.
Right.
Never, you know, like there's so many things that I was like trying to do in my office. Like I'd have to go like lock my door and like hide in my office to try and like manage all these things.
And you have little kids.
And I have little kids.
Scratching at the door.
No. I worked at an office.
Oh, at the office. All right.
I wore high heels every day at one point in my life. Like.
Right. Okay.
And so I know. Yeah.
It's like non-Sonoma life.
I had a very different life.
Yeah.
I took the train in to downtown Denver.
To a city.
Yeah, it was a whole
in an
thing.
office building.
In an office
This
building.
sounds very weird. Are you making this stuff up, Ramie? Okay, so you're hiding in your office, and you're like, how to buy an ice cream shop in Northern California.
Well, they told me I should do some research on this business we're buying, right?
Yes.
And the only information I could find were articles in the Index Tribune about a pink door. And I did not understand how that had anything to do with the business itself.
Yeah.
But turns out it was very important.
It was important. It was on a very, you're on a famous corner. Probably some people say it's one of the most famous corners in California because the Bear Flag Revolt was across the street and the Mission was there and all these interesting historical things happened right there. Your shop, the Sweet Scoop shop, is a very cute, classic storefront. I think it's a stone building.
And it's can't remember the name of the stone, but
it's beautiful. I think it's actually from around here. That was probably quarried up on the hill, up there at Shawkin Hill, and it's everyone can see it. You've got this cobblestone style sidewalk in front of you. Everyone stops. So I imagine back when it was the pink door scandal, which again I just giggle about because the pink door, the chickens on the plaza. There are certain things that Sonomans love to get in a high dudgeon about, and that was one of them. Did you guys ever consider painting it pink just for April Fools?
No, but we instantly were liked because we painted it like a mint green and we didn't know anybody, you know, and we were painting that door and people were coming up to us just telling us.
Thank God.
Yeah, we were.
Wow, town
we
is
were
saved.
very popular early on. With
Jeez.
having nothing to do with the humans we are.
What was your adjustment then coming from Denver to Sonoma? So you grew up in cities, it sounds like. You're a city person. Denver's a cool city, Mile High City. It's the biggest city in that region.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
And then you came here to a small town of like 8,000 people.
Yeah.
Was it a bit of an adjustment for that?
It was a huge adjustment. But I have to say that I always say it was the life that I never knew I always wanted.
Right.
We came here and one thing right off the bat was we would get to what was going to become Sweet Scoops.
Okay.
At 8 a.m., ready to, we did a lot of the work ourselves,
Okay.
And so we would get there early, ready to paint or build something or whatever it was we had to do. Clean, we ripped up floors. There was lots of stuff we did. But Sonoma's sleepy. Everybody's sleeping at 8 a.m. And so we would get there. There'd be so much parking. It was a whole different world.
Right. Yes, we do not. It's a beautiful time to walk around the plaza. 8 o'clock in the morning is perfect. When the sun is kind of rising.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
And there's the walkers are out and stuff like that. It's quiet.
Yeah.
It's a very sleepy town. You can ride your bike right down the middle of the street.
Yeah.
No problems.
Yeah. So we started getting there at 10.
Yeah.
We were
or Sonoma opening time, as we call it. Yes.
But
that is an adjustment.
Yeah, that part and just kind of the community feel. Did you ever watch the show Heart of Dixie?
No.
It's from a long time ago. I think
I remember hearing
it when
about
I was on maternity leave with one of those children. But but it revolves around this little town square.
Oh, really? Okay.
And on that girls' trip, the year prior, I remember sitting on that bench with a friend of mine who had also watched that show. And we were like, oh my gosh, could you imagine living here? This is a little Heart of Dixie town. And then, here I am.
Here you are. I got to go watch that show now.
Yeah.
Maybe they could.
Rachel Bilson.
Really, if they come out with another one, they could sponsor us. Or vice versa, or whatever. Let's talk ice cream.
Okay.
You said you're not personally a big person that seeks out sweets, which is weird for me because I am an insane sweet tooth person. I love them, and the kids know if there's chocolate in the house, I can find it. I can sense it. I'm like, where is it? I know where it is. Your husband Joe did prepare 3 samples.
He did.
And maybe we can do a tasting of them, and we can talk about them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Let me. I put them a little cooler because
that's very smart.
Smart move here. So let me open up here.
I would like to say that if you are buying ice cream and traveling with it, it is a good idea to bring a cooler because so many people want to take it home. They're visiting from San Francisco.
And you sell pints and stuff like that.
Yeah, we sell pints and quarts, and we also sell some little containers that keep pints cold for a while.
You're smart.
Yeah.
So bring a little cooler.
Bring a little cooler.
Or buy your little doohickeys. I think I've seen those because they fit a quart.
A pint.
Yeah. Okay. Which one's bigger? A pint's smaller than a quart.
Correct.
A pint's a pound, a quart around. Yeah.
Yeah.
4 quarts.
Yeah, a pint is 16 ounces, and a quart is 32.
Don't you think we should eventually get to the metric system?
I have zero feelings about
doesn't
that.
it eventually make sense? We'll get to it eventually. Like our money is in hundreds, right? Like pennies, and anyway, we'll get there. Which one should we start with? I'm going to take a scoop and I'll pass it to you, and we can taste it at the same time.
Okay.
I've got vanilla, cherry wine, and lemon blueberry.
Vanilla.
Vanilla.
Classic.
Okay, start with classic. So
Yeah.
what I'll do is I'm going to first hold it up to the camera here. So that's the vanilla from Sweet Scoops. It's in a cup, but you can also get it in cones there. You guys have all sorts of cool cones.
Yeah.
Let me give you
thanks.
a thing there. Okay, so this is vanilla. I'll put it on here. It is a little soft, so I'm going to move fast.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Okay, ready? Go. Keep it off the soundboard here. All right, ready? So I'm going to 1, 2, 3, go. Explosions of vanilla. Wow. Creamy. Very creamy. Okay, so here's my question.
Yeah.
What do you guys put in your ice cream? What's the core base ingredients that go into ice cream?
It's cream. It's a high butterfat cream.
So it's not
Yes.
non-fat. So you,
Not non-fat, is that what you said?
yes.
It's definitely not. No.
So it comes from the cow.
It comes from the cow, yeah.
You buy milk essentially, or cream.
But we buy cream, yeah.
Literally cream, not milk. Cream.
Yeah, cream.
Okay, and then you add what, sugar to it?
No, we buy an ice cream base.
Oh, base. Okay,
Yes.
good. Okay.
And so it comes in these giant bags, actually. And it's really funny. Like, cream in a bag is like a really funny, like...
Hey guys, cream in a bag.
Everybody asks me if I make ice cream, and I'm always like, no, you have to be able to like manage these 60-pound bags.
Very heavy work.
Cream. Yeah, you have to be strong. Joe's very strong.
He is.
Yeah.
He looks that way.
Yeah, he's like...
And he's like, yeah, strong hands.
Yeah.
So you lift these big bags, and are you putting it into a mixer or something like that? Or how?
It's an ice cream machine. And so there's an ice cream machine that then he adds, extracts to, like natural extracts.
Like vanilla maybe in this one.
Yes, correct. So vanilla extract. And then anything that's stirred in
Right.
which I don't know if we have any.
We have a lemon blueberry and a cherry wine.
The cherry wine. So in the cherry wine, the cherries, any chunky thing is hand stirred in to
That's why the
ice
forearms get
cream.
big.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, exactly.
So did you say 60-pound bag?
Yeah.
That's immense. That's really heavy.
So every batch of ice cream is 2 buckets, 2 of those 3-gallon buckets.
Got it. Okay.
So
6 gallons.
Right.
Wow. Okay, and it's heavy stuff.
And it's heavy stuff.
Which makes sense. It's very dense.
Yes.
And that's what's the difference between your ice cream and like store bought, like mass produced ice cream?
Yeah, that's a good question. Our ice cream is, I say, jokingly, it's made with love, but it truly is. Joe loves making ice cream. He's always thinking about ice cream. He's, thinking of flavors. He, sometimes when I'm doing the schedule, I'll be like, Joe, do you want to work this shift? And he's like, I just love making ice cream to this day. Like, he just loves it. And you can taste that.
Right.
He also, has been doing it for a long time. So he has this very this mind that thinks through how it'll work. So sometimes I'll make up a random flavor. I'll be like, we should make margarita ice cream.
Right.
But he'll say, well, we can't do too much lime juice because that's too much liquid, and then it doesn't adhere. And then if you put tequila, then that's not a binder. And, I'm like, yes or no. But
You're over here trying to be all Willy Wonka, and he's like, yeah.
And he has
Guess what, Ramie? There's actually physics involved.
Right.
And chemistry.
Chemistry, yeah.
Yeah, and getting it all in there. Okay, so that's good to know. That's the difference. And I think also you guys probably, I know when you look at the back of a mass-produced ice cream, it often just doesn't say cream. It says 26 things before you get to ice cream. So a lot of stabilizers and weird flavorings and stuff like that. And it sounds like you guys just kind of use cream and sugar and some flavorings.
So, yeah, and a lot of local ingredients.
Let's get to that one next, actually. Should we do the
lemon
blueberry? Okay, so we'll do this one real quick. And when we're done, I'll put those back in the cooler before they all melt onto the soundboard here. All right, so this is lemon blueberry. I will show it for the camera there. It's sort of a lemon blueberry color, which looks great.
And it's natural. That's all natural.
It's all natural. Okay, I'm going to put it over there. Okay, oh my gosh, look at that. So it is lemony. It is blueberry-y. Oh my God. What's so good?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Actually, I don't know if I've tried that one in a while. So good.
That is very good.
Yeah.
Where do you get the lemons and the blueberries? How does that work?
The blueberries are from Sayers Ranch.
Oh, okay. So nearby. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's a local family. The blueberries are actually grown closer.
Yeah, they grow up.
Actually.
I think they do most of their blueberries a little bit north of here, where it's a little bit cooler.
Yeah.
And then also, I think blueberries need more acidic soil. So either out in West Sonoma County or North Mendocino area and Lake, they grow more blueberries up there. I think. I don't know.
Yeah.
I could knock on
Taylor
the
told me
door.
once,
Taylor's
but I don't
across.
remember.
She's got the business next door. I can knock on the door or like knock on the wall.
I should have done some research. But they are a local family. And then, so we get their blueberries every year. We get them in bulk so that we can freeze them throughout
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the lemons come from local trees. A lot of people in town know that we make ice cream with their extra fruit. So people bring us lemons.
So this could be a neighbor's lemons in this ice cream.
Those are actually our lemons, probably because we have 3 very prolific lemon trees.
These are Hencman lemons from like the backyard kind of thing.
Yeah. Well, one tree's in the front yard, but yes.
We do that too. So if I bring you some of my fruit, because I've got several. I got a Meyer lemon and then the non-Meyer lemon, the one that we all have. And then, I got a couple of lime trees too.
Yeah.
It's possible.
Yes.
It'd end up in lime. You give them a free cone or something like that?
Yeah, depending on how much they give us. So, I mean, we partner with a lot of places and a lot of people. Some people bring us a bag and they get a pint, or some people, like Robert Kamen, who has a vineyard up on the mountain.
Right.
He does biodynamic farming on his vineyard, and what that means is that there's a lot of other things besides grapes,
Right.
And that includes fruit, and so he brings us a lot of peaches and
peaches are good. Plums? Pomegranates. Are good. Pomegranates. You have to wear a white shirt to eat a pomegranate. Everyone knows that. You look like you just been like assassinated with a shot all over it. But like you've done that, right? With the pomegranates going everywhere.
Oh yeah,
maybe not. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't do that prep work. That's
no. So I love the fact 'cause you guys are also famous for your Watma strawberry ice
correct.
cream.
Oh yeah.
And Watma is a road here, but there's a strawberry stand which is called Watma Strawberries. It's on Watma, and they're not the big mega supermarket strawberries. They're the actually tasty strawberries. Because the mega ones you see in the supermarket oftentimes are watered down.
Correct.
There's one clone they decide every year at UC Santa Cruz, I've been told, that which will become the big, strawberry clone. These ones are like delicious and tiny and so sweet.
So sweet.
And they make your guys' ice cream so good.
Yeah.
I
mean, we just had a flat of them. We're doing training right now. It's where we have hired and we're training new employees. And one of their jobs the other day was to take the tops off those super sweet, delicious strawberries. And the whole shop then smells not only like waffle cones, but also like really delicious.
Okay, by the way, the waffle cones are fantastic. They are really, and you make them there, right?
Yep. We make the waffle cones there. Yes.
Okay, we'll talk more about that. Okay, the next one I have here says cherry wine.
Okay.
Your husband told me you guys make wine.
We do.
And I had that kind of like you make wine, and I'm like, what? I'm like, but not to make money. He goes, well, no. Because who does that?
Right. Right.
But you guys are part of like kind of like the Garage East movement, or like you guys make your own kind of wine.
We do.
And it goes into this stuff right here.
Right.
Okay, this is cherry wine.
Cherry wine. So it's a Zinfandel base.
I'll show it off here.
From Sonoma Mountain.
Okay. Wait, so your ice cream has an AVA?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. This is a single vineyard AVA specific ice cream.
I mean, it actually is this incredible vineyard. Yeah, like I said. Oh yeah. And
because there's alcohol in it, it's probably
melts
a little more viscous. So I'm gonna go here and try it. Oh man, no way.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait, what kind of wine is in there? Like
Zinfandel.
A Zinfandel?
Yeah. Yeah. So our friends.
Wait, do I need to be 21 to have that?
No, you don't, because like I said, so every batch is 6 gallons of ice cream.
Right.
And so anything that's added is generally pretty watered down, just like how alcohol is an alcohol, just like how vanilla is technically an alcohol, the extract.
Oh, right.
Right.
Okay, but it's not.
And
You'd
so
have to get really.
Gets, right, and so
you'd get diabetes before you got drunk.
Right.
Right. Got it.
Yeah.
Or have a huge lactose problem. That was amazing. I'm gonna just to make sure. Quality control. I'm gonna do one more.
Yeah.
Okay.
You go ahead.
I'm gonna try this really quickly. And then Ramie, when we were starting, Bob was in here. His band is playing this weekend, by the way. Bob has some allergies, and he says that what he really likes about your shop is you guys are really attuned to that. and you have a lot of options beyond that. Can you tell me a bit more about if someone has a certain type of allergy or maybe they don't eat gluten or something like that? Like, how can they still enjoy your products?
Yeah. So first of all, for dairy allergies, we always have a vegan option, a vegan ice cream and a sorbet. At Darling, we always have one of each, and at Sweet Scoops, we usually have two of each. Our vegan ice creams are made with either coconut and soy milk base, or Joe's been using a pea protein.
Oh, good.
And then sometimes a coconut base. Sorry, I said that wrong. Oat base.
Oat.
Because it's coconut and soy, or pea protein, or oat. So
Good. Because my daughter can't do soy or dairy, but we can do oat.
yeah,
And that's a
yeah.
good one.
So that was part of the reason of him kind of trying out oat and other.
But it gets tricky, doesn't it? Because like the beauty of ice cream has the delicious fat in it, and it has that mouthfeel. And then I've had plenty of substitutes that were not good.
Yeah, I mean, he really,
Not good.
him figuring out how to make the vegan that he originally, it's a scoopable vegan, was all him. Because at Bonnie Bray Ice Cream, they did have a vegan option, but it was out of a soft serve machine.
Yep.
So he had never made a scoopable vegan before we moved here and opened Sweet Scoops. So that really
Did Joe
is
study chemistry or food science, or this is all just self-taught learning and trial and error?
Yeah, I mean, lucky for him, he loves to taste it.
He loves to taste ice cream.
He's like, and so yeah, so we have vegan ice cream sorbet, which is a water base. So, and then we also have we train people, our staff, to really pay attention to how people order their ice cream. So if there's a nut allergy or celiac disease, and they say, oh, I can't have gluten, they generally ask, is this an allergy or a preference? And if it's an allergy, we get a clean scooper, and then we actually scoop from a brand new bucket from the back.
Okay.
Or a nut allergy or.
Right, because those are serious for some people. Like
exactly.
Bob, yeah, he's. I'm gonna buy you a pastry, and he goes, "Yep, you bought me one with nuts again." I'm like,
No.
trying to kill you. And it's just, you're right, because when it's serious, it's serious.
Yeah.
And it's so great that you guys are accommodating and doing your best on that. That really is good. Yeah. And you don't have to have waffle cones. You can have them in a cup.
Oh, you get a cup or a gluten-free cone.
Oh, okay.
We actually, we have gluten-free cones.
Very good.
And generally our, unless something like cookies are, or, we have a cupcake that's not gluten-free.
Right.
But
You put a cupcake in the ice cream.
well, he makes it a couple different ways. But yeah, sometimes there's like actual cake pieces in it, but, or cake batter.
Oh. That's great.
It's a very popular. For 4th of July, he always makes a 4th of July cupcake that has red, white, and blue sprinkles.
Okay, and you guys are right on the parade route. So for the 4th of July.
It's so fun.
Do you sell a lot of ice cream, or do you guys actually not sell it?
It's our busiest day.
I imagine it is. You're just like shoving it out the door, aren't you?
It is our busiest day. And funny enough, we actually, this year will be our 10-year open anniversary.
Oh.
We opened on July 3rd.
Oh, great.
2015.
Really?
Yeah. So this will be our 10-year.
A celebration.
10
okay.
year.
Yeah, congratulations.
Yeah,
10 you made it.
Yeah. And Joe and I are celebrating 16 years married today.
Good job. Today.
Right? I know.
Happy anniversary.
Thanks.
First day of summer. Well done. And I just saw him. Had I known, I don't know what I would have done. I'm like, well, anyway, happy anniversary or whatever. I'm gonna read some of the. I did a lot of research by actually just walking into Sweet Scoops and taking a photo and walking out like a weirdo. But here we go. The flavors you guys have currently, because a lot of them change, right? Vanilla, chocolate, the Watma strawberry, chocolate chip, Andes mint, cookies and cream. Oh, sorry, that's I'll get to those in a second. Salted caramel, which you said is your favorite. Mm-hmm. Okay. Butter brickle, a lot of chocolate. I love a lot of chocolate.
Yeah.
Because it's chocolate with chocolate with chocolate.
Right.
It's so good.
That's right.
Black walnut, lavender matcha. Matcha.
Oh, yeah. Matcha, like green tea matcha.
So hot right now. Mm-hmm. Everyone's doing matcha.
Yeah.
Pink peppercorn?
Yes. So that actually was the brainchild of a chef that we work with. He has 3 restaurants in Marin and buys ice cream from us.
Wait, it's not Tyler Florence, is it?
No. Okay. No.
You're like protecting the chef's name.
No.
Okay.
Michael. He had Mint and Liberty. He was at Mint and Liberty here.
Oh, yeah, great spot.
Yeah, yeah. And so he has 3 places in Marin now. And so he buys ice cream for his restaurants from us.
Okay.
And he asked Joe to make pink peppercorn, and it was so. Actually, I do love that one too.
Is the peppercorn pink, or is the ice cream's pink and then there's a peppercorn?
No.
Is it pink peppercorn?
Yes.
Did not know that.
Yeah, it's really good. It's not overly sweet, obviously, and
It is interesting that a lot of times traditionally you think ice cream is sweet and has these complementary sweet flavors, caramel, fruit, stuff like that. But then like certain things like chili with chocolate, right? It's like the Mexican chocolate with like cayenne in it or something like that is a nice taste to it, and they kind of complement. So
we have a Mexican chocolate that's delicious.
You do?
Yeah, it's chocolate base with Mexican spices.
So good.
Oh, it's super good.
What is candy jar?
That one we came up with after
Bunch of garbage.
after Halloween when we were trying to steal all our candy from our children so that they wouldn't eat it all. So it's
just like
it's just a bunch of different candies
inside the ice cream.
inside the ice.
It's like a vanilla base.
It's a vanilla base, yeah.
Got it. I love that actually. Okay, Oreo cookie dough, PB&J, peanut butter and jelly.
I was also inspired by our children.
Okay.
When they were like 4 and 5, they wouldn't eat anything except peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
It's a weird phase, isn't it? You're like, if I get one more peanut butter and jelly, it's like everywhere in the kitchen, little hands everywhere.
Yeah. So yeah.
Oh, that's a good one. Peach, which is probably just peach.
Yeah.
And then balsamic raspberry. That sounds so good.
Yeah, balsamic vinegar, chocolate chips.
Hot toddy?
Hot toddy, that was actually an idea by a chef. I'm not going to remember the name, but
Tyler Florence.
no. My brother worked for a Tyler
did he
Florence
really?
restaurant, in the city. No, he had this idea for when Joe and I were in Sebastopol, just sitting at a restaurant.
Right.
This other chef was sitting next to us and was like, this would be a good idea for an ice cream. And Joe made it. And it's
Wait, did the chef know you guys were ice cream people?
Sort of. We were like seated very close to each other.
It's like,
we were like,
that is a very thing. Yeah. And you're like, are we having a conversation here? Are we doing diagonals? Do we acknowledge them? Because they're having some real marriage issues. And should we talk about that? Right.
people are just, they had like a big group and it was just me and Joe. Like, we were like.
So the guy leans over and goes, I'm sorry, I couldn't help but notice.
Yes.
And said, okay, so it's whiskey?
So it's whiskey, honey, and lemon.
And that helps with sore throats, I imagine. And colds, right?
Because it has cream, maybe not. But
Well, it kind of, yeah. But I mean, hot toddies are classic if you have a bit of a sore throat or a cold.
I love a hot toddy.
Yeah, they're really good. And coffee is just coffee.
Plain coffee.
Also delicious.
Yes.
That's really
and we use a really delicious coffee from the city, Henry's House of Coffee.
Okay.
It's in the Sunset.
Okay.
It's really good coffee.
Look at you hipsters going out to the Sunset. It's on the avenues. You've never heard of it.
My mom.
Come on.
That's where my mom lives.
You need a park to get out there. Does your mom live near the new park? By the way, they shut down. I don't think the rich one. They shut down the Great Highway in San Francisco, and now it's a big park. It's Sand Dune Park. So like it used to go. I don't know how far it's closed, but basically San Francisco decided to shut the freeway, the road that went all along the beach. Yeah, your shortcut to get to Pacifica and over.
I never go that way
No one
because she lives right by Golden Gate Park.
Oh, she's right there.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, anyway, never mind. And then I said apricot ginger, which looks really good. That sounds fantastic. And then you have sugar-free. You have upon request.
Yeah. Yeah. So it depends. He makes a sugar-free strawberry and a sugar-free black walnut.
Okay. For people who can't have sugar. Okay.
But it's usually one or the other. He makes one a bucket at a time.
Got it. And then I saw the vegan and non-dairy options include vegan cookies and cream, vegan vanilla, rainbow sorbet, and capo. Is that rosé sorbet?
Oh yeah, Capo is at our new neighbors.
What's that about?
It's using their rosé. And it's delicious.
And they're a winery tasting room right next to you.
Yeah.
Open late.
Open late.
Open late is a fun tasting room.
So fun. Yeah.
Good wine.
Super fun.
And you're making a sorbet out of that.
Yeah.
Remind me again. Okay, sorbet, gelato, ice cream. What's
sorbet is a water base.
Okay.
And gelato is milk.
Okay.
And ice cream is cream.
And then is custard, I think, is cream and
eggs.
Okay.
Yeah. And so like lemon custard, he adds more eggs.
Oh, you guys make custard too?
He makes that one a custard, yeah. Lemon.
So Joe just sits around like making ice cream all the time. Like that's what he does.
Yeah.
I know he's not here at the podcast. Does he have other hobbies or is it just
making wine now.
Oh, yeah. Good for him.
Yes. Yeah. So
I like that.
Yeah.
And that should also say you guys also have at the shop lemonade, coffee, blah, 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 cold brew.
Right.
I love, you guys also have an affogato.
Yes.
And
Using that Henry's House of Coffee.
Oh, it's so good. So, okay, that's, and what's cool is your staff, they're, whenever I'm like, oh gosh, I'm going to order this affogato. They're busy. They're so nice. They're so friendly. They're so chill. They're making milkshakes, making all sorts of stuff. The affogato is Italian for drowned, I believe, and it's coffee with ice cream in it.
Yes.
It's so good. I always get vanilla
It's
or the
espresso,
espresso, yeah. I get the chocolata or the vanilla.
Yeah.
But some people do like cardamom ice cream is pretty good in an affogato too.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Lots of different things. Yeah. At Sweet Scoops, our flavors rotate.
Okay.
And so Joe, or we have 2 other employees who help make ice cream,
Okay.
and then somebody else, another employee who's been with us. We have the best team, guys. Like, I do have to say,
again,
we really.
Always great
Yeah,
experience.
thank you.
I'm serious. And I don't know if it's, I'm sure a lot of that is training. I think a lot of it is probably them modeling how you guys behave, but I've never walked in there and seen them angry or overwhelmed. And I'm sure they do get that, but they're doing a good job of masking it. Because I know, customer service is so easy in the hospitality economy, but they're always like unflappable. And are they high school kids or like out of high school?
Right now, a lot of our employees have been with us for 5 or more years. So they were in high school, and now
Right.
I still call them kids, but they are adults. Like, a bunch of them can drink. Like,
Right.
and they're really incredible.
Fantastic.
And so, but yeah, we just hired some new
Okay.
employees, and they're all high school kids. So yeah, it's
the next
a great
batch.
thing. Yeah.
In addition to the shops, which so we have Darling, an ice cream shop, which is next to Whole Foods in it's the Sonoma Marketplace or Sonoma
Sonoma Marketplace.
Marketplace. You can get glasses there. I got my glasses. I'm not wearing them.
Oh, yeah.
I should be. At the optometrist next door. So you get a full service of selection of things to do there.
So many things. Jewelry store, toy store.
Toy store, classic place. You can also, do you guys also have like a cart or something? Or am I crazy that I've seen you out at an event?
We do the farmer's market with an ice cream cart.
Right.
Yes, we do. Yeah. So every Tuesday we're at the farmer's market, and the shop is open. And at Darling, what we do differently, the hours are different. It's 11 to 6. And it has been, we're open Wednesday through Sunday.
Okay.
But we haven't announced it yet, so it's very exciting.
Wait, can you announce it soon? Can you announce it now?
I'm going to announce it now. We're going to be open 7 days a week at Darling.
Dun,
so,
da, da, da.
Mondays and Tuesdays too, and we're going to extend our hours till 8.
That's a smart idea.
So yeah, so through the summer.
Right, through the summer. Summer hours,
yeah.
7 days a week.
Yeah.
And what's cool, Darling, a lot more locals go there who are kind of living on that part of town. They can walk there. Yeah. You're not that far from a school. Plus, you're not that far from here, actually. And so I think a lot of people who are coming into town, if they don't want to go all the way to the plaza, the further 2 blocks, can go right there.
Close, but
also, the bus stop's right in front of you too. When one of the Sonoma shuttle buses, so it's a good place to be in. So.
Yeah, it's a great little shop. We have more pre-packed quart and pint options. We sell ice cream cakes. There's no actual cake. It's 2 layers of ice cream and then either fudge or graham cracker in the middle.
Oh my gosh! Wait, are you guys making those?
Joe and Yamilet.
They're back there like packing ice cream. No wonder why he's so strong.
There's so many things.
Do all ice cream people have like super strong forearms from scooping? Does that make you like?
Yeah, if you're doing it right, it's really your like arm up here because you're using your whole arm.
I love this. Is the body mechanics of scooping ice cream.
It's true. Otherwise, especially like with new employees, a
Yeah.
lot of them have never done this kind of like physical work before.
Right.
And it's not just the scooping. You have to mop. You have to sweep. It's a lot of using your body.
It's a little more physical than you think it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So at Darling, we have the same flavors for a whole month. So for people who really like to know what to expect, that I put the flavors on our website every month, and and so they're there now at Sweet Scoops. Yeah, we change our flavors. Like I was saying, they make about 4 buckets at a time, and then those flavors rotate. So if you're here from like a Friday to a Monday, you can go in every day and have a
Something
different menu to choose from.
And then seasonally, as you're saying, as your neighbors drop off fruit.
Right. Right.
Santa Rosa plum. Here we are. That's our new flavor.
Exactly.
They get it in there. Has the move been what you expected? You guys were sitting there in Denver. You were a corporate lady. You wore high heels.
I know.
And then now you're in a small town in the heart of Dixie, the heart of Sonoma Dixie. Was it what you expected so many years ago?
I don't think I had any expectations. I didn't know what to expect. And it's been so incredible.
Okay.
And it's where I think we're meant to be. It's our home.
Nice.
And Sonoma is it has such a warm community of local engaged business owners,
Right.
which I think really helps, you know, especially when you're starting out and we didn't know what we were doing, you know, and you know, we met so many people from the people who drop off fruit to, I mean, I remember when the first time we met, Robert came in and comes in like in his little bike outfit and he like biked down this crazy mountain road, you know, and telling us he'll bring fruit. And we're like, what? Like,
who is this mad, crazy person on a bicycle?
I mean, you know, and telling us he'd drop off fruit. And then, you know, other business owners, I became friends with women right away who inspire me, you know, like to this day, and who were opening or starting businesses or running businesses at the time. And it's just continued. It's, you know, it's
been a good thing.
It's been a great thing.
Okay.
Yeah. Our kids are big now, you know.
I think you just picked one up from camp, didn't you?
Well, they get their basketball training. Yeah. They're very basketball.
Oh boy, are they doing club basketball?
Yes.
What grade or year are they in?
Well, our son is going into 9th grade. He'll go to Credo High School in Roanoke Park. Yeah. And then our daughter is going into 7th grade at Woodland Star Charter School in Glen Ellen. And they play those travel.
How many times have you been to Sacramento? Like, you know, that place outside Sacramento? You know what I'm talking about? With all those basketball courts in that one big spot. And you're like,
it's crazy.
Why didn't I buy a warehouse and put 12 courts in it and then charge so much for hot dogs?
Actually, I mean, me and a fellow dad that were here, we were like, we need to tell someone in Sonoma to buy that place over on 8th.
The old, whatever the Amazon was going to be?
Yes. Can somebody buy that and make it a hoop house?
Yes, because hoop, volleyball.
Yeah.
Probably pickleball.
Right?
Plus, the train will eventually go by there.
Yeah.
Because, like, you know, the rail line's right there.
I mean.
Come on.
Ice cream money is not, like, by that kind of building money. But.
You're making your penny one scoop at a time.
But if somebody else wants to.
No, you're spot on with that. Because, like, when my son's now, you know, in college, and so we made it through the club sports period. But I remember so many weekends, and you're just like, and you're in Sacramento, and you're like, do we spend the night here or do we drive home? Because we have another game tomorrow morning.
I know.
But it's like 4:00 in the afternoon on a Saturday. Yeah.
And our kids played in 2 different club teams. So our son played Stack and our daughter played 707. And they're both great programs. But really one is Petaluma based and one is more Napa based. So it was a whole thing. So if people are wondering why they haven't seen me at either shop in a while, it's because I've been driving.
Just driving.
I've been driving.
Just driving, listening to podcasts. Which reminds me, why don't you go ahead and review this podcast right now and give it 5 stars so people can listen more to it. Okay, Ramie, you know that in addition to learning more about Sweet Scoops and what we do, you're going to help me answer some questions. But you know, let's do some ads real quick.
Okay.
First of all, it's starting this week, but it's also going throughout the summer. Broadway Under the Stars is happening. They do musical performances just north of the plaza, and they've got 3 of them this year. The Best Night Ever, so Broadway's Best Night Ever, and then Beautiful, the Carole King musical, which when I was with Mark from the chamber, he and I were trying to remember if Carole King is alive. She is, in fact, alive. She wrote a lot of great music, and that was a very rude thing. She will probably comment, like, I'm alive, and stop saying that. I didn't know, but I love your music, Carole King. So they're doing Beautiful, her musical, and then they're doing The Ladies of Broadway, September 4th through the 14th. So.
And an exciting thing is our ice cream cart is going to be at all the performances of Beautiful.
Really?
The Carole King.
Oh, good. So you'll be scooping away?
Yeah.
When you're running back from a basketball tournament?
I'm hoping there's not basketball.
Minivan
in August?
It doesn't end. No, this is great. So this is Best Night Ever, as they call it. It's Transcendence Broadway Under the Stars, and more information at bestnighthever.org. O-R-G. Also coming up, I do have the Sonoma Spritz. Have you had a Sonoma Spritz yet?
I have not. It sounds like something I would like.
It is the drink of the summer. It is the drink of the summer. Sonoma Valley Vintners and Growers are celebrating Sonoma's 200th. Look at that. Fig syrup, lemon juice, simple syrup, rosé wine from Sonoma Valley, and soda water.
I mean, that sounds up my alley.
It is so good. We made one live here with Robin Sebastiani on the podcast. It was delicious. This is the drink to try. So maybe they can make a Sonoma Spritz. Just tell Joe. Just bring this to Joe. Like, ice creamify this, Joe.
Well, we could just put some of that capoeireta sorbet and
a little bit of fig in there, and you've got it.
Got it.
The Sonoma Spritz Sundae. Yes. Boom. And then another thing coming up, the Vintage Festival, September 25th to 27th. So that is our 200th anniversary celebration. We're doing it for 3 years, the 200th celebration, because grapes take a long time to grow. So we're like, well, let's just do 3 years. So year of the farmer, year of the vintner, year of community. We're doing year of the vintner this year. But yeah, the Vintage Festival, September 25th to 27th. There's going to be a harvest dinner, a spritz off at 3 Sticks Wines.
Oh, how fun.
And a 5K fun run. So speaking of fun, who puts fun and run together?
Not me.
Yeah. But if you think that's fun, the 5K fun run, which is a classic thing, and the big festival, that's on Saturday. So there'll be live music, food, wine garden, grape stomp. The grape stomp is kind of fun.
So fun.
I still have a shirt that's all besplattered, and then a grand tasting, and that'll be right outside your door actually. So
yeah, and we participate in the grand tasting a lot. So
well, you do, okay.
Depending on
Well, I also like it. It's you or Joe usually when I've been to these things. Like I was at a NASCAR event.
Yes.
And there was ice cream in the corner, and there was just Joe.
Yeah. Yeah, we do. Well, it's because, we drive the cart around like with our family vehicle. Like it's, there's a basketball in the bag and,
And then there's a little cart of ice cream in there. I love that.
Yeah.
Well, that's fantastic. So those are events that are coming up. So all that stuff you can see at sonomavalley.com. Okay, Ramie, you ready?
Ready.
You know that we're now in the part of our podcast where you're going to help me do something. So we have 2 visitor centers. Mm-hmm. People call us, they text us, they email us, they slide into our DMs, they telegram us, whatever.
Pigeon.
They send us pigeons. My sister often texts me questions.
I love that.
So you're going to help me in a segment we call We Get Questions. Here we go. First one. What is the favorite spot and dish to get on the Sonoma Plaza for a late lunch or afternoon bite?
Late lunch. Well, Joe and I, a lot of times our dates are lunchtime because.
Oh, smart.
Yeah,
Okay.
and so Tosca is a great spot to stop.
Okay.
For a late lunch, we always sit at the bar. It's small bites,
Yes.
Portuguese food.
Yes.
And they have a full bar.
Right.
And they also have a bunch of great Portuguese wine.
They do.
Yeah.
And Manuel Azevedo, the chef, he owns Tosca and also La Salette.
Yes.
And I love it because you're right. Late lunch is easy there. Plus, if you're like not super hungry or you don't want to ruin dinner or you know what you're doing, you can get small things.
Right.
And try them out.
They always tell you, you can share, like it's a sharing place, but Joe and I don't share. We each get our own.
Do not touch that, Joe.
we each get our own platter of 5 things.
Okay.
Yeah.
5 things.
Oh, yeah. We each get 5.
So 5 is the rule.
I mean, I one time
that's
got
the thing.
3, but
And you were still hungry.
Well, no, I wasn't still hungry, but I'm just so I have my 5 that I always get, Like
Really?
I couldn't choose between.
Do you get like the octopus? He has octopus in there sometimes?
I get the boquerones, and then I get the kale salad.
Oh, kale salad.
Yeah. And then I get the cod cakes.
Oh, wow.
And I have like.
You know exactly what you're dialed into. I love this.
And Joe gets like the chicken wings.
Okay.
He sometimes lets me share his chicken wings.
Yeah. Share his chicken wings.
Yeah.
So you take his chicken.
Yeah, I take his. Yeah.
I like the way you said he lets me share his chicken wings. That's one way to put it. Very good. That's right. So Tosca is a great one.
Yeah.
The Swiss Hotel has food. You can go there.
Yes.
You can get a cocktail as well. It's in the back or in the front. Girl in the Fig, right there in the plaza. Yeah. El Dorado. Good place to go. And they get the fries or they do serve late lunch there, I think.
I mean, El Dorado, if me and my friend Denise are going for a late lunch, we go to El Dorado and we get the truffle fries and a bottle of champagne.
Oh, well done. So Stephanie, the general manager of the El Dorado, will sometimes bring truffle fries to the visitor center to drop it off for the staff and the volunteers. It's a huge day for us. Yeah. We are so excited.
They really are.
They're so good. She brings them in a big old box and we just like mow on them. So yeah, those are all great places to just get a quick one. And then Sonoma Grill, I think they might have a late lunch there. You can get some oysters or something like that. Good spot across from, What's
Tosca,
it?
Tosca.
From Tosca,
Or,
Tosca.
well,
Yeah, kind of kitty corner there on the way towards Darling, an ice cream shop. So that's a good one.
true.
Next question. Ready?
Ready.
Okay. We are here with kids for the afternoon,
Okay.
and we're on foot around the plaza. What are some things we should do?
Oh, all right. Well, it kind of depends on the time of year, but the barracks are a great place to go with kids. It's historic. There's a little gift shop. You can watch a video about the history, and there's they can run around in the back area. It's just like super interesting history to learn about. So that would be a good choice. If it's on a weekend, Traintown. It's
Traintown.
not exactly walkable, but
it's a mile south of town.
Yeah.
It's where, even you get in the car, go down there.
Yeah.
What is that Traintown? Because
Traintown is
imagine you've written your kids there.
amazing. Now they're like way too old, but
That's not
come
cool,
on,
Mom.
mother. But it's a great place to take littles. It has a little train, and you go past all these little structures and animals. There's rides. There's a roller coaster. It's just the sweetest small town thing to do with your kids.
It is fantastic, and we should say roller coaster trains. Everything is kid scale.
Correct. Yes, that is true.
This is not Great America or whatever.
No, it's
small.
perfect size for little humans. And then, obviously, getting a scoop of ice cream is always a great choice while you're around the plaza.
Let me ask, do you guys only, though, have huge scoops, or are there sizes for kids?
And there are sizes for kids. We call it a half scoop.
Half scoop.
Yeah. And or like me, who wants a little something sweet, but not too much. So.
I always get a half scoop when I get the ice cream.
Yeah.
Because it's the same way I tell myself. I'm just having a little bit.
And you can have 2 flavors even in a half scoop.
Yeah.
In any size, you can have 2 flavors.
So good. It's so good.
Yeah.
Okay. So far you are, I don't know why you're not volunteering with us already. But we'll work on that. Final question we get is, it's really hot out, and we're here visiting. Where are some good places to go cool off?
To cool off?
Yeah, where would you go cool off?
Most of the tasting rooms have air conditioning
So go to a tasting room.
and crisp wine.
So go in there and just get some air conditioning.
Yeah.
Do some wine tasting.
Yeah, or if you're, driving up the highway, then there's Morton Warm Springs,
Great
which
place.
is like such a cool spot.
Yeah, so it's a very down-home historic pools
Yeah.
that was built, I think, in the 30s, maybe even earlier. They have some geothermal-fed pools. There's like 3 of them. And you can just go up there and spend the afternoon, and you can definitely cool off. And
it's right by a
family
creek.
fun. Right by the creek, right there.
Yeah, it's a great.
That's a good answer. I like that. Sometimes we tell people also, if it is hot, but you're looking for some spots, if you go towards Jack London, there are some redwood groves. You can kind of go over there and chill out. Going to the wineries, you can go to a cave. So Deerfield Ranch has a cave. Caves are always around 60-something degrees. So that it's never hot in a cave. And that's a good spot to kind of hang out. And then maybe go see a movie. So Sebastiani Theater. Yeah, they have their air conditioning there too, so good place to go. Or a lot of the swimming pools, like Sonoma Splash, and the hotels all have big pools. And then get ice cream. You can
Obviously.
cool off. With ice
Also, we do DoorDash. So if you're at your hotel in the pool, you can DoorDash yourself some salted caramel
For
or mint
real?
chip. For real. It's a newish thing. Yeah.
I love that idea.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, I didn't even think about that. I don't do DoorDash a lot. I've never done DoorDash. I should say that. And I don't know if you have got younger kids.
We DoorDash Mary's like
You
once
do.
a week.
Wait, so Mary's Pizza. What's your go-to pizza for family?
I eat a gluten-free. They have a cauliflower crust. I eat a gluten-free pepperoni and mushroom. But but my daughter gets the gluten-free cheese, and my son gets a large pepperoni for himself.
Right, because the pepperoni's the right answer. Mary's is the perfect pepperonis because it's here's why.
Okay, tell me.
It's old style pepperoni that cups. And the I don't want to say it's grease, but the deliciousness cups into it, and you eat it, and the cheese. It is so good. Yeah. I love going to the Slice Shack and I just get that pepperoni, and it's exactly what you need. Yeah. So your son has the right answer.
He's a big fan. Red grape pizza is
very good too.
If I'm willing to drive, or if sometimes I'm not home. I work Fridays sometimes, so if I'm coming home from Darling, we get red grape
Red grape is really good.
Oh, red grape was a good answer for a late lunch too.
Red grape is a good.
Yeah.
I'd like to revisit my first answer. So red grape is a good answer on the first one as well.
Yes.
Okay, good. By the way, I'm going to get someone else in here he's from New Jersey, and he thinks they have good pizza. So what we're going to do is get a bunch of different pizzas and try them out. Yeah. So I'm going to do definitely red grape and Mary's and work my way around some of the Glen Ellen Star has pizza and stuff like that and see who's got what. You answered all the. That's right. You're correct.
Yay.
You're done. You've only been here 10 years. You know everything. You got it. I should have put, I'm looking for a place with a pink door.
I know, right? No longer exists.
Don't talk about the pink door.
You know, the pink, the reason it was such a big deal is because it was not a historic color.
Right.
So.
How do we know that? Because back then everything was black and white.
Because they used natural. No. Oh.
Checkmate. I got you. Show me a photo from the time that shows other colors.
It's because the Historical Society says that they were making paint from natural
lead
things. I don't know.
And we should mention that it is important to be historically accurate. We do have several very passionate historical people in Sonoma Valley, many of whom have been on this podcast, many of whom are going to send me a letter about this podcast.
I mean, I agree. I didn't understand at first.
Right.
But now that I do, I respect that.
But hold on. I bet. Okay, now we're stepping out. General Mariano Vallejo would have been like, you know what'd be great? Una puerta rosa. He would have been like, I need a pink door. Because like if he would be like, come to the pink door, right?
Yeah.
But General V's Pink Door Saloon, that'd been great. But he didn't have the ability to do it. And maybe we should really look at intent versus actual stuff. But we're going sideways here.
Anyway,
Ramie.
my door's pink. Or I almost said pink. Our door is mint.
Mint. And it's cool and it's amazing. Ramie, if people want to find your ice cream shop, first of all, Sweet Scoops Homemade Ice Cream. It is on the Sonoma Plaza at 408 First Street East.
Yep.
Okay. And if they want to find Darling, an ice cream shop, that is at 201 West Napa, number 6. So just look at the Whole Foods shopping center there. Sonoma Marketplace is what it's called, I think.
Yeah.
Sonoma
Marketplace, yeah.
Sonoma Marketplace. And then I think you also have a website.
I have a website for both, sweetscoopshomemadeicecream.com, and then I also have darlingsonoma.com.
Darlingsonoma.com.
And then we're on Instagram. I'm not the best Instagram person.
But maybe we put some of these clips on your Instagram.
Maybe.
There you go.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
I do love when people tag me in things. Oh, right. So and then I repost anything.
Tag you on Instagram because that's a great point because they're doing the work for you.
Right. Yes.
Right.
I'm just not that.
Let me look up your
savvy.
Instagram tag here. So
it's
Darling.
Sweet Scoops Ice Cream.
Sweet Scoops Ice Cream.
And Darling Sonoma.
That's easy. I like that. No, you might just have a new follower right now. Oh, yeah. Look at that.
Yeah.
Well, that looks, it looks good.
Thanks.
Make sure to tag them.
Yeah, tag me. Tag me.
To send them more content on there.
Yes, and then that way I'll update it more than once every 3 months.
Yeah.
We do try and post in our stories, especially at Sweet Scoops. We post our daily flavors in our stories.
Okay, so people can check in on that.
Yes, and I always post our monthly flavors on Darling's Instagram.
It's all right there. So listeners, after you've gone and liked them on Instagram and you've followed them on all the social medias and you've checked all their pages and you've DoorDashed yourself some ice cream and you've gone in there to pick it up, after you've done all that, please go to sonomavalley.com for deals, special offers, and events. Ramie, thanks for coming on.
Thank you very, very much.
That was good. And do I get to keep the rest of this ice cream?
Yeah, it's kind of melting.
I'm going to eat it really quickly. So, all right, everyone, thanks for listening. We'll be back with you next week. Thanks. Bye-bye.